What's up guys, I'm Rhett. Welcome back to Lawn Insider. In today's video, we're going to talk about your fall pre-emergent application. But first, let's just take a moment to appreciate how good the lawn is looking for October 16th. So we are officially over halfway to Halloween, well into fall now, and the yard is still looking really good. Now, I mainly credit those good rains we've been getting lately, but look at that. Okay, nice, short, very tightly woven Bermuda right there. Okay, that is a beautiful lawn, especially for fall. But we've been getting that good rain, and no matter how much or how good of an irrigation system you have, you just cannot beat the benefits you get from good, old-fashioned Mother Nature, natural rain. There's also something over here in the side yard that I thought was pretty interesting. So if you look down here, okay, all these rocks right here. So what happens is we got all that heavy rain, came down the drain into the downspout, and then off the downspout, it kind of burrows this little hole right here. And what came out of that hole, and this shows you how bad the dirt you get from the builder is, what comes out of this hole, and you can even see in the hole, just tons of rocks. So let me just show you. So you just pulled those out of the hole. But all these smaller rocks get pushed up here on the grass, and that's what our soil looks like. And if you have a, fairly newer build home in a subdivision, that's probably what your soil looks like too. So we have rocks and stuff all in our soil, and this stuff is horrible for a reel mower because that can really do some damage to a reel. But I wanted to keep that out just to show y'all that's the kind of soil that we're working with. Okay, and that's why sometimes your yard isn't necessarily looking as good as you want it to. It's because we're always fighting uphill. But let's go ahead and look at the rest of the yard. The side yard's looking really good. Obviously, responded well to the rain also. Still keeping its color really nice. I do have this spot over here that has some seed heads, and that's what you see. Let's see if I can kind of get my shadow out of the shot there. But you see these seed heads, and these seed heads pop up when they get something is stressing the lawn, and then the lawn will produce these seed heads. These seed heads are actually sterile, so they do not produce viable seed, so you're not actually going to get more Bermuda from these seed heads. They're sterile. Hybrid sod produces sterile seed heads. But anyway, something was stressing this area. I believe, hopefully anyway, that it's just a little leftover side effect from when this spot was drier a couple weeks ago, before we got all that rain, before I treated it with hydrotane. Hopefully that's what it is. But yeah, so I have some seed heads over here in the corner, but overall it's looking really, really good. And then we have the front yard over here that also responded really, really well to all that rain, and then it's done great with the fertilizer applications, but it's kept its color really well. It's starting to show the striping patterns even better than it usually does, and just overall, like I said, the yard, for being in the middle of October, it is looking really, really good. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the video. So the first thing that we really need to understand is just what exactly is a pre-emergent. And a pre-emergent, it's kind of in the name. It is going to try to prevent weeds before they emerge or show up in your lawn. So pre-emergents aren't, in and of themselves, by themselves, going to kill any of your existing weeds that you have in your lawn. But what they will do is prevent future outbreaks of weeds. Specifically, the reason that most people recommend to put down pre-emergent is to stop crabgrass from showing up in your lawn. So it's more like a crabgrass preventer. And once you put a pre-emergent down, it's going to give you several months of protection against future weed outbreaks. Now, as far as which pre-emergent to actually use, or which one that I recommend, I've used several over the last few seasons, but I like to use pre-emergents that have the active ingredient Prodiamine. And basically what Prodiamine does is it inhibits the root growth of these new weed seeds. So these weed seeds aren't able to put down a good root system that's going to uptake the nutrients that they need to survive, and they end up dying off. But prodiamine is not completely selective, meaning it won't just target those weed seeds that you don't want. It can also inhibit the root systems of some of the plants that you are trying to push. So you don't want to put down pre-emergent if you're planning on overseeding with rye, because it will inhibit the root system on that ryegrass. And you also don't want to put down a pre-emergent application if you just had your new sod put down. So if you had your sod put down in the last year, then I would skip the pre-emergent application for this season. Now, as far as when to make those pre-emergent applications in the fall, I'm going to go ahead and cut in right here. I actually misspoke in this part of the video, so I went ahead and cut that part out. But you want to put down your fall pre-emergent application before your soil temps reach 70 degrees, and that's going to help prevent most of those winter weeds. So when you really look at your pre-emergent time of efficacy, so how long it's really effective in your lawn, even at the low end, at the low rate of application, it says that it's effective for 3 months. And if you think about it, if you put it down even at the end of October, so around Halloween, 3 months is going to take you to, let's see, November, December, end of January, and right there at the beginning of February. And really, the beginning of February is probably when we want to be making our spring application for pre-emergent anyway. So really, I think that this is a nice little 2 or 3 week window for people here in Central Texas, to where we can put down our pre-emergent. And even if it is a little bit early as far as when it's actually going to be effective, it's going to cover and overlap into your spring pre-emergent window as well. Now, the exact product that I'm using this year is a product that I got off of the Yard Mastery website, and it is a Sunnyland product. If you're interested in it, I will leave a link to it in the description box below. But it is called Sunnyland Prodiamine 65 WG, and it just means that it is a water dispersible granule, meaning inside this bottle there are solid granules, but you mix those in your tank with water, and then it's going to turn into a liquid product that you spray on your lawn. And the reason that I like to use the liquid products is just that you get a bigger bang for your buck, and it is a lower price per application. If you're less interested in price per application and you're more interested in just ease of use, there are some granular options available as well. The Andersons makes a product called Barricade that you can get on Amazon. And then also you can just go to Lowe's, and Lesco sells a product called Stonewall. And in both of those products, prodiamine is the active ingredient. And they're both going to do the same job as the spray application. They're just going to cost you a little bit more per application. Just remember that it really hurts us more to be too late with our pre-emergent application than a little bit too early, because even if we put it down a little bit too early, it's still going to help prevent those weeds throughout the winter, and it's still going to be effective until we make our spring application. So it's really a no-brainer. Go ahead and put it down here in the next 2 or 3 weeks and protect your yard from those future weeds. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap the video up right here, guys. It doesn't look like I'm missing much with the Astros game right now. It looks like we're going to have to go attack them in Game 3. Hopefully, I'll have to eat my words here, but we're down 8-0 right now, so not a great sign. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave me a like. If you're liking the content and you want to continue to see more of it, hit the red subscribe button below. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave those in the comment section below. I'll see y'all again next week. Lawn Insider, out.